He's been loaded with his baclofen and his thing, his clonidine and his Prilosec. So I don't know how much is actually on board right now, but he has had his hit, his wake up.
Stretch out here. You're watching TV while we stretch.
Well, so anything interesting happened while I was gone, therapy-wise?
Well, I just think that Chance is he's changing because he has more tolerance to sensory stimuli, puts up with more things happening in his environment, around his face, around his head. Mm-hmm. Much more tolerant, I think. I know he still is irritable, and when you guys say you've had a rough night, I believe it completely. But when I'm with him, he seems to be able to tolerate new stimuli better. We're approaching some things that we couldn't have done before. We've been playing in the rice and doing some sensory things that we before he just was too irritable even to even think about it. And actually, before, a couple months ago, he was really too irritable to think that he would even really enjoy a play group, but I think he would now. He's paying attention more to what's happening around him. He's noticing other people around him, and I think he would really benefit from a play group. Where before, he was just too irritable and too upset with stimuli, and you could never quite tell what it was that was bothering him. So I think...
Sheldon!
What was that?
He does look like Sheldon.
Sheldon? Really?
Sheldon is in Can say, where's Iris?
Where's Iris?
She had to go home.
Oh, okay.
So I think, his tolerance to stimuli is better. Some of that's maturation, some of it's the clonidine, but it sure makes therapy easier to provide because he can handle it. He's also reaching much more reliably. He's fascinated with books.
Hey,
he likes
my sleeping bag.
Not only looking at the books, but he really likes studying the words. I mean, when I show him a book, he goes to the words first. Like, he knows you're going to read the words. Mm-hmm. And, I think you need to really let him see the process of reading words and then the process of... But I'm really excited about how he's enjoying books and reaching to turn pages. And he's also being much more clear to tell us when he's done or what he wants or what he doesn't want and choosing, right? Yeah.
Hey.
So,
I can't take home.
So he's also reaching and choosing toys more appropriately. And last week in therapy, he was going for those cars, picking them up, turning them over with his hands, interested in manipulating them, giving them to Mom, putting them on the ramp, all with a little bit of help. But I think really doing some nice things.
Yeah, we got to build a ramp. You know.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, that ramp is so cool. Even if you make it out of cardboard.
I can make that happen. And I might say that for a while, but I can actually do that now.
Well, I just went and bought a bunch of Matchbox cars at Value Village, in
I
Peoria,
had a dream.
for another little boy whose dad is trying to raise him with absolutely nothing. He has nothing to play with, so I went and bought him some cars. And you stick them through the dishwasher, and he loved those cars. And that's age-appropriate kind of stuff for him to be playing with. Probably a little bit bigger cars than we play with, for him to play with by himself. But he's really enjoying that.
You are very relaxed today, aren't you? He woke up in the middle of the night last night, right?
Well, he hasn't been sleeping well at night while you were gone, and they weren't sure if it was because he recognized your absence or...
Hi!
Or what? Here, let's get up on that big old ball.
You ready for the ball?
Calories in him, and we've been weighing him. He's doing fine. But I think we can modify what he does with food if we take a gentler, softer approach in therapy. And then you guys can mimic that at home. I don't know if you ever talked to Dr. Glass about modulating the clonidine so that he has it in maybe more spread out doses. That's
The
something
last
I
time we were
asked you
doing
to
was-
do.
Oh, no, we talked to him. We're doing three doses
You're
today
doing
now.
3.
No, we're doing 2.
Oh, well, I guess I didn't communicate that then.
Well, you didn't. 1 quarter in the morning, 1 quarter in the evening.
I would like to decrease the peaks and valleys that might be happening around the clonidine and getting, where he's got a peak of it on board, so then he can really handle stimuli, and then there's a valley in there where his tolerance gets less.
I'm gonna call them back up. I seem to be having a memory lapse here because I thought
Yeah,
we were
I
lumped
kind
up
of
to
feel
3.
like maybe we talked about it, but it might not have happened before you left because you had so many things to do before you left. I would like to do that, and I would also like you to discuss with Dr. Glass, and I don't know if this is still happening, but this incidence of early in the morning when he's real spitty, like he wakes up and is he still real kind of wants to throw up until you get something in him, or has that changed? Okay, maybe that's better now. There was a while there.
Well, I think that Christine here was telling me that the volume of puking is considerably
Yeah, the
less.
amount he spits up,
Huge.
no projectiles anymore.
And a lot of that is Chance is really, you can tell he's really dealing with sensory input in a better way. Like, I can do this. You can see him kind of trying to cope, and he's doing it more successfully. And so a lot of that IRPI was due to sensory stimuli. The clonidine has really helped, but I think maturation has helped too, and it allows us to just be so much more effective in therapy.
Do you want to comb her hair now? Yeah.
You looking at your elephant? I'm going to take him. Oh, Eeyore. I'm going to take him off now, so maybe.
Whoa! Glasses.
Glasses and falling over. Let me fix those. You're all right.
Hi, there you are.
Sorry about that. You all right? Let me just get his head. You okay?
Hi.
That was silly, wasn't it?
Hair. Wasn't it?
Hi.
Take a little break here. There, shoo. Get your hand off my chin, Jamie.
Whee!
Chance.
I got some good giggling out of him yesterday. The whole
Mama's putting a rubber band
massive
in your hair.
tickling fest.
Here, give you a pony like Daddy. Our little sumo.
Putting a black rubber band in your hair. Are you all right with all that?
He's been wearing one lately. There you go. All better. Makes you look more like a Cupid doll.
You do. Hi, Chance. Hi, Chance. There you are. I just want to work on getting that head up if I can while I'm stretching your hamstrings, but I just may be asking for too much. Chance. Hi.
Give him the head up, up.
Well, but I want him
Prompt,
to
he might
not
do it.
have to do it by thinking about it that way. I want him to do it because he wants to see something, or
I see.
he wants.
Gotcha.
I want to put it into his day-to-day activity.
Hi there.
And grade
Hi.
it. The thing for him is he knows if I put my head up, it's going to go
Yeah.
back.
Well,
I
what-
can't grade it really well. Bum, 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 bum. There's Mama.
Hi, Smiley.
See her? Should we go see her again? Traction to those shoulders, try to get the color down there.